Okay, this is a Fallout Flowers jam session, and what we're going to do is create kicks and snares in Ableton with Vital VST. Okie Whoops, we need to put that up here. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to select Vital. First of all, I start out with a template set. Um, this one is a customized template set such that I can do my vocals on this too. So, that being said, the vocals are going to duck anytime I talk. So we're going to open up Vital. So we're going to go to your plugins folder, go down to Vital, and drop that in the MIDI one. And then what we're going to do is put a MIDI file in there in the first slot. Now this is going to sound silly at first. It's obviously not a kick drum. However, one of the things I wanted to do... Why is that not working? 1, 2, 3... Oh, it's going to the main, that's why. Okay, there we go. And we're going to adjust the velocity on these. Because we want to make a velocity dependent kick drum. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Factory. I'm going to select Basic Shapes, which is already in my favorites folder. And you can select that as a favorite if you want just by clicking the star in Vital. We're going to drop this down, Shift Transpose down to negative 36 dB. Not dB, but negative 36 semitones. Then we're going to... Now, there are a couple of different ways of making a kick drum. We're going to go through both ways. This first one is by using the envelope up here. And we're going to go ahead and drop that back down a little bit here. And we're going to make another envelope, which is going to be similar, but a little bit less. I'm going to open that up there. I'm going to drop that down on the level here. There we go. That gives a little bit of a slap to it. You can adjust the decay and sustain even. Probably take away the release. Okay, going back up here. Okay, let's adjust that back down to negative 48 actually. This is a pretty basic kick drum. I'm going to go ahead and give the effects, turn on distortion, increase the drive. Go back to your voice. And I'm not entirely happy with it, which is the reason why I'm going to go ahead and build a second kick drum where you can use this as one kick drum and have the second one be another one, or function as a tom. But the main thing here is we want to make this velocity dependent. So we're going to put that over here on the level. We're going to back that off a little bit. Actually, we're going to back it off a lot and increase that velocity to, there we go. So now it's velocity dependent. Okay, we're going to go ahead and turn that one off. We're going to select this slot and copy it over to the second MIDI one. And we're going to bring up another instance of Vital in the slot 2, in channel 2 here, the second MIDI channel. And so we have another instance of Vital. We're going to use this time an LFO. We're going to set it to envelope mode. We're going to drop that down to 1/4 notes. That way we have a pretty good it should be okay. There we go. And we're going to drop the pitch down to negative 36 again. We're going to go back to the basic shapes once again. And we're going to go ahead and play that one. As you hear, that's a lot more deep. Bring it up. 48. The 24. Right click to enter the value. Now, keeping in mind the purpose of making these kick drums is that they're tuned. Also that they're velocity dependent. And what this makes for is a more alive drum sequence. As you go and program your drums, you can make it more alive. Okay, so this is another drum, another kick, basically. And what we can do is we can take that velocity and move it over here to the level. Backing that off again, increasing the velocity to the max. There we go. And as you can see, the velocity circle here, it showing how much we're using. And we're going to go ahead and turn on the white noise again. I'm going to use that all that. We're going to make an envelope this time. I'm going to adjust the envelope 1. No, let's make that envelope 2 actually. Bringing that down, increasing the sample level up. Then we got a little click on there. And we can go back to the effects, increase the distortion. And this time we have a, there we go. An LFO dependent kick drum. And this one's a little deeper. And I kind of typically like this one better. Okay, so one of the things we're going to do in tuning this, and I call it tuning, but in setting these up, I like to make sure I get the gain set correctly. There we go. Okay, so we've got those two going. And you can darn near put these together into a layered kick, but we're not going to do that today. An audio effect. The ubiquitous utility. I think that's 6. That's a little high. Let's bring it back down. Well, we'll just use that. Okay, I do like this lower one. And you're going to make note here, this is on C3. If I go higher up in the pitch, it goes higher in pitch. Don't go lower than C3 because you probably can't hear it. It's not going to come up very well. I selected C3 for a reason. I mean, you can go below that, but I wouldn't go much below that. I think I would probably stick with C3 and better. C3 and higher pitch. Okay. Let's see, what else are we going to do? We're going to try and make a snare using Vital. So we're going to go ahead and enter a MIDI track. There. We're removing that and that and dropping Vital in there. And let's see here. Let's go ahead and select favorites, basic shapes. Taking the phase and the randomization down. Putting in a snare track. I'm going to put that on C3 again. I think we're going to put that on loop on the noise. It's not a great snare. Slow that. Sounds like a snare tom. This is where I'm going to fail because I don't actually have experience with making a snare, and I don't really know what a snare sounds like. I mean, I do, but at the same time, it's kind of elusive to me when I'm creating them in a synthesizer. So this is real basic. Okay, let's try that. Pardon me. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and try to, we'll go ahead and use that for now. We might come back to that. Matter of fact, that we will. Let's go ahead and do this. Bring the vital in. Drop it down over here. There are some what it's called. That's not bad. I think I'm just going to use what's in Vital instead of creating my own snare. Although I'm going to save the one that I've got because I might use that in the future as another tone. We're going to use this one in the creation of this song. Or this loop. Okay, well, I'm going to save this and come back to it. I need to take a break, so I'll go ahead and save this and we'll come back to it. Like and subscribe.